Here we go. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. You know, I just started reading this new book titled Running with Purpose. Running with Purpose, author by the name of Jim Weber, who is the CEO of Brooks. It's a Brooks running company. I believe it's a shoe company named Brooks Shoe Running Company or something like that. Anyway, I picked up the book randomly because I saw it. I was in Barnes & Noble a few weeks ago, and I have a couple gift cards. Shout out to the parents who hooked me up on those gift cards. So I was in Barnes & Noble getting some work done, and remember I had some gift cards, and I saw that book, and I was like, hey, because this time next year, I'm speaking it into existence right now. At some point this year, I will be a sponsored runner. I'll be sponsored by a shoe company, a running company, whatever it is. I will be sponsored by one of those shoe apparel companies. I'm speaking it into existence, which is something I highly recommend all of you to do. All right. So I'm reading through the book now. I'm about maybe 15% of it done. I don't have the full thing done, but it's just, man, it's hitting so many triggers, and it's bringing back so many different memories. And one of the main things that even when I, looked up Jim Weber and stuff like that, and I listened to some of his keynote talks and things like that before I actually started the book, I looked them up and did my research, which again is something I highly recommend everyone out there that you do as well. And he was talking about, one of the main things that he talked about is how he made sure he decided that Brooks was going to be known specifically for runners, all right? Runners is who specifically he is serving. And as I'm reading through that book and as he's really diving into that concept, I'm like, bro, I'm getting right to that part where he really made that decision. He was a CEO at other companies, and he decided when he became the CEO of Brooks that he was gonna make running the thing. Those are the people that he serves, all right? Excuse me. So as I'm reading it, I was taken back. I've been getting kind of brought back, reminiscent about my time my brief stint. I used to work at a Lady Foot Locker, and this was back when I had like 3 or 4 jobs, not even exaggerate. I had 3 or 4 jobs. I was leaving Lady Foot Locker to go to LA Fitness, and then go to LA Fitness, and I was working at a D1. Then I was going to D1 and go to a fitness facility. I mean, I had a legitimate about 3 or 4 jobs where I was just back to back, right? And it was all with the relevant theme. And the reason I decided I wanted to work at a Lady Foot Locker was because I knew the fitness community was going to be there. I was going to be able to possibly sell some gym memberships, do some prospecting, all that kind of stuff. Again, listen, this whole Move Swiftly brand, the whole make you move, all the stuff I'm doing now, it doesn't happen overnight. It happens because of a lot of the experiences that I've had. All right. So anyway, what I learned while I was working at Lady Foot Locker, and as much as I couldn't stand the actual manager, I mean, I could not stand her ass. She's just rude, and I just couldn't stand her ass, right? But at the same time, even though I could not stand her, I learned a lot from her product knowledge. I learned a lot from just the way, how much she knew about the business and some of her goals. I remember actually during the interview, she told me she was working at Lady Foot Locker because her dream job was to work at Nike. And then, it was during that time where I learned that Nike and Foot Locker had like a really, really close relationship and all that. So even though I couldn't stand this girl, I learned a lot from her, right? And one of the main thing I want to talk to you guys today about is coming up with a creative name, all right? Making sure that your name, whatever name you're gonna give your company, whatever name you're gonna give your organization, that it really speaks to your client, really speaks to the mindset, speaks to the lifestyle of your prospective client. Here's what I mean, all right? So Lady Foot Locker has a division. They have a division, a new kind of a store in which they named this store 602. All right, they have a brand new. It's not too many of them, but they have a few stores that are under the Lady Foot Locker umbrella called 602. And I remember when I was working there, I asked them, I said, what do you mean? Why did you call it 602? And the response I got was incredible because again, this is someone who's in fitness. They said they named it 602 because if you think about the times in which most ladies work out, right? It's either 6 a.m. in the morning, 6:02 in the morning, or 6:02 in the afternoon. And when we name it 602, and it's all like the main thing of this store was all fitness apparel, whether it's fitness shorts, sports bras, pants, everything was all fitness. The thing with Lady Foot Locker, there was fitness, but it was fitness and casual wear, mostly fitness, but they really brought it up as kind of a casual, look good type of a thing. But this 602 store was all fitness apparel, 100% fitness apparel, and that's how they were gonna roll. And they named it something in which their clients, right, their specific customers, they're waking up at 6:02 in the morning for a workout, or they're going to a workout at 6:02 p.m. So it doesn't matter the time of day, 602 is the name. And then if you look at the logo, you see like a little sunrise at 6:02 and a little 6:02 timing, all that stuff. And I remember just being blown away by that. And it's one of the reasons, again, all the work I'm doing, all the things I do now, one of the reasons I don't call myself a motivational speaker, call myself a move swiftly speaker, because you can get motivation on YouTube, but you want to pay someone, and when you're going to pay someone to speak, you want to get a result. You want to figure out how to move a certain way. You want someone that's going to teach you something different. And in a world in which moves very fast, again, when you hear the name move swiftly, it's in your mind, you're like, okay, what do you mean by move swiftly? And that's where I have my opportunity to make my offer. And it all comes from just listening in, taking in little opportunities, and learning even from people that I couldn't stand, as much as I couldn't stand that manager that I was dealing with at Lady Foot Locker. Again, speaking of all of this is on if you want to dive deeper into my world, it's makeyourmove.com. Again, another phrase that I picked up from another conference that I went to, the Tony Robbins conference that I went to. I picked up that phrase, and now it's the main website in which I send you guys to, all right? Makeyourmove.com. That's makeyourmove.com. My podcast, the Move Swiftly podcast, that comes out 5 days a week. All of my Plus LY bundles, all of the books, the Run Club, all the things that I have going on. You can go check out that website. There's a wealth of information on that. makeyourmove.com. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.